Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to today's sharing of Harmonize to Energize. My name is Terry Matthews. I'm the office manager here at the international headquarters of Jin Shin Jyutsu. So welcome everybody. For new people, Jin Shin Jyutsu could be defined as the art of harmonizing energy through various pathways in the body via circuit controllers, which we call, or resistors, which we call safety energy locks. When these safety energy locks are balanced and harmonized, the energy can flow through the pathways, left and right of the spine, and with any luck, we'll get the balance and harmony in every aspect of our life. And it's a journey, and it takes as long as it needs to take according to where you begin. So today, at least the advertisement says, we're talking about stress and the adrenal glands and harmonizing all that good stuff. And it just so happens that here in wonderful Scottsdale, Arizona, it's pouring hard with rain, flash floods are everywhere, lovely, and it's a full moon. So, perfect. When we look at the slides, we'll see what we've culled from Self-Help Book 2, which is mainly written around Safety Energy Lock 23 and 14. Let's have a leer and peer. Here we go. There we go. So there's Mary, for those of you that never met her. That is Mary Burmeister, one of the latter-day photos, standing outside the Jin Shin Jyutsu office. And that's a fairly common saying of Mary's. Did you know that we all have the innate power to help and heal ourselves? Indeed we do. And from Mary's book, what Mary says, she says, the Creator doesn't give anyone anything they can't handle. So when we're feeling very stressed, you could look at it from the positive angle of, well, we can deal with this. We can handle this. And one of the ways we can handle this is with our hands, placing them on various parts of the body. And there are the 4 different practices which we're going to explore today to help harmonize the adrenal glands, which sit above the 23s, which are at the back here, underneath the rib cage. And we begin by holding the little finger, that's figure 1, then the famous 15 and 3, the 14s, and the 23s, which I just showed you. So little fingers, 11 and 15, 11, 3 and 15, and the 14s underneath the rib cage. Hopefully you can all see that. And we're going to practice them, as is my usual regular way of doing it, in 4 sets of 9 exhalation inhalations, adding up to 36. For those of you that are not familiar with numerology, 3 and 6 adds up to 9. That's simple math, but 9 represents ending a cycle and beginning a new one. So as we let go of what we don't need to build something new, and then purify that in turn again to build something new, and let go and build something new and all that. That 9 signifies that movement of the energy to the next step. So you begin, and 36 breaths later, you would be different from 36 breaths before. You are your own testimony. You will know that to be true. We work with the breath to distract the mind and thoughts, and we close our eyes to distract the minds and the thoughts and the senses generally. And we keep our back as straight as we can, because that allows the energy to flow the most congruently. When we breathe, we don't have any particular method related to in through the mouth, out through the nose, kinds of techniques which are familiar to some people. But we do, or Mary did talk about moving the breath from the head to the toes. And I'll just stop the slide presentation and show you what I mean there. The 4s Safety engine lock 4, the window that brings in light through the 15s, which we're going to use today, to the the big toe. That's 4:15:7, and those of you already know that the idea is each number represents a letter from the alphabet, and the 4 is D. And Mary always used to say, from man's best friend to man's best friend, because O is the 15th letter of the alphabet, and G is the 7th. It's safety engine lock 7, so that's dog. Reverse it, you go back from 7, 15, 23 up to 4. What do you got? God, dog to God. And in some traditions, God represents generator, operator, destroyer of the universe, as far as we know. If any of you understand that aspect, that's wonderful. It's a universal truth, apparently. It's been understood for many years. We work with the understanding of appreciating it through our body, through our hands, as it moves in the form of light. And as the light moves through the cells, removing blockages at the cellular level, the cells exhale what they don't need and inhale what they do need, keep the organs functioning well. And hey diddly dee, harmonizing me. And that hopefully is what we achieve every time we do sets of 36 breaths. Enough already. So let us begin. Sit up straight if you can. And those of you that got self-help book 2, most of this is on page 57, safety engine lock 23. And then safety engine lock 14, which is page I can't remember. So we're going to sit up straight, feet flat on the ground, and feel that connection from the back of the head through the 15, through the big toe, 15 being the groin, to the earth. Because really when we're stressed, one of the key things that often we don't do is exhale, let go, and connect to our support systems. We're too often frazzled. And the full moon might knock us out of whack as well, because the moon governing the tides also governs the adrenal glands, the water element in the body, kidney, bladder, all those fluids, chemicals, etc., etc. And if we're a little out of whack because there's blockages at whatever level, soul, heart, mind, or body within our network, within our matrix, the full moon will have fun because it's sending the little fingers. Choose left or right. Examine. Are they tight, left or right? And hold whichever one was the tightest for you. And then exhale, drop your shoulders. Smile if you can for a while. And let that energy of release, surrender, let go, move through you from the 4 through the 15 to the big toe, whilst gripping or holding or allowing yourself to connect with the little finger energy where the safety engine lock 23, as it happens, sits. And we'll allow ourselves to relax. Relax. Let it go. Stress is good and bad, if you see what I'm saying. Or it's positive and negative, or it's helpful or not helpful. Stress can compress and create a diamond if we allow it. But if it overwhelms us, So holding the little finger, let go all the way down. Ooh, that was a thunderbolt, lovely. And then inhaling naturally, allowing the energy to come up from the big toe through the 15, 23, 14 area, up the back to the 4 again. 8 more times. Ooh, I love the sound effects. This is one of my favorite experiences. Thunder and lightning. Not frightening to me. Beautiful over the ocean, which again is the water element. And we're just letting go. Remind yourself that when we're feeling overwhelmed and stressed, there's a likelihood that we can cope. We just have to expand our awareness, let go of our box, and see what comes up. Stress is begging to be released or harmonized or created into something new. Let's keep moving through, people. Allowing all what you don't need to release, to build something new and fresh, maybe exciting, like the thunder and lightning. Well, it is to me. And as you reach the 9th exhalation inhalation into neutral zone, and just be the observer of where you be. To settle within you, to create the new. Wonderful. Figure 2 on that wonderful chart, which you can't see because I took it away, is safety energy lock 15 in the groin, or safety energy lock 3. Left helps the exhale, by the way. Right helps the inhale. See what you need. I think I need an inhale. So again, we're exhaling, allowing what we don't need to go to earth through those bridges in the body, those safety energy locks. And then naturally inhaling and receiving the cosmic breath, which is in fact a frequency and vibration of light. And the light can act like a laser, removing blockages as it purifies and bringing in the new. Creativity. So if stress is causing a mess in your life, too much excess, let it go. Easy enough, you say, easier said than done. I know, but you've always got your fingers and toes and your breath to go into flow. Doesn't matter if the moon is in the full or whatever quarter it's in. It's not that we ignore nature and the laws of nature, it's just that we connect and allow and receive and be. So we're doing 9 exhalation inhalations here. And our adrenals are loving it. Because as they sit upon the kidneys, they get excited occasionally, or not. We need them. The fight and flight response is useful. But too much of anything, excess, potentially throws us into great disharmony, misalignment. We want to be aligned congruently. Oof. And if you feel yourself starting to howl later on, that's because apparently there is a full moon, at least in this hemisphere. So connect. Feel the energy if you can. You're listening for a pulsation between the hands that you've placed in the groin and the shoulder area, like the pulsation of the blood. Feel that vibrant, rich pulsation of natural universal energy pulsing through you. It means you're alive. Zone if you're not already there, and allow and be. Just be the observer. Notice how you're feeling, because in the end it's a peaceful heart which will pacify an excessive stress level from the adrenals. We're talking fire and water here, the heart being a fire element and the water element being the kidneys, adrenal. Water element moves energy down, fire energy moves it up, and in the middle, where the heart lays, or at least the heart center in the middle, that's where we find the balance and the harmony. Remember this, Michelangelo. We're in line with the heart. When we're horizontally aligned and vertically aligned, we meet in the heart center. So good. Now, moving swiftly on or not, we go to holding safety engine lock 14, which is here underneath the ribcage, for those of you that don't have the books. And we can hold them like this, or we can hold them like this, cross our hands. Holding them like this brings into play the supervisory circuits, the mediator circuits, whatever is comfortable for you. Let's begin. And thank you, Thunder. The lightning was pretty good as well. Here we go. Exhale. Here, safety, energy lock 15 and 3 were on the same side. For those called Karen. Woo. Excellent time to breathe out. I feel like Darth Vader at the moment. So no matter what's happening, we can stay in the middle of the road, providing there's no traffic, or at least hopefully the traffic avoids us. The traffic is those stresses in our energy pathways. If we stay in the middle and breathe out in our center and in, exhale, inhale. Storms may come, storms may go, but notice there's no fire without water. The lightning flashes and the water comes down. Fire and water, the great balancers of the universe. Perfect. So lovely jubbly, when you've reached the 9th exhalation, inhalation, We now switch to the back. 23s underneath the rib cage at the back. We have the 14s at the front, the 23s at the back. And, you can make a fist with your hand, and you can place them in the small of your back like that and just rest against the fists. And just allow the kidneys to relax. They're normally quite tight. Mine are okay at the mo, but they can be tight. Stresses of life, whatever. Those fight and flight responses. Just breathe out. And as you allow the energy to come in 8 more times, all that stress begins to melt like an iceberg. Good analogy, we're still in the water element. Just allow the ice to melt. Kidneys actually like warmth, which is kind of interesting, isn't it? So without fire, we can't have our kidneys warmed up, and therefore balanced and harmonized. Less fear, false evidence appearing real, less stress. Keep letting go, allowing the energy to be cleansed and purified, to renew. Because we don't want to stay stuck, do we? I don't know, maybe you do. Some people like to stay stuck because it gives them leverage, gives them an audience. Well, if that's you, you might want to ask yourself, why? Because life is flow. Ooh, it feels so good. And all that tightness starts melting. Is it okay to be afraid? Yeah, that's called caution. Is it okay to be excessively afraid? That's unique to you. Your individual responses are unique to your experiences. However, your body will tell you it's not happy with that. So we need to find a way to harmonize and balance. And this is just one way. Experiment. Like I always say, if you need to do more than 36, clickety click, you need to do more than 36. Exhale, inhales. You can keep going. You can do them in multiples of 9 if you wish, until you feel the peace that passes all understanding. In other words, put your head in your heart, not your ass. Did I say that? Must be the weather. So yes, once you've finished that final 9 up to 36, just relax, give yourself a hug if you wish, thumbs underneath the shoulder girdle, and then fingers on the side here, the shoulder blade, shoulder girdle, shoulder blade, shoulder girdle, shoulder blade. If that's too tight, drop one back on the 15 and relax. Now, goodly, let's see what's happening in the world of Jin Shin Jyutsu. I'm going to share my screen. Upcoming tomorrow, no less, is creativity out of chaos. See, if you're stressed, start considering how to be creatively out of your chaos. And it's a webinar, 2 p.m. EST with Anita. A webinar on open your heart, mind, and soul to new possibilities. With all the things that we're deconstructing or being deconstructed by the pandemic, we also have the ability to reconsider, recreate, and restructure. So, embrace chaos, envision the future, register today, $35. There's going to be a replay for 3 months. The organic conversations continue, I believe, with Sarah, Maria, and Jill. To look. Yeah. Maybe not, but anyway, you can get the replay. Then 9 months in utero, the process of creation through the lens of Jin Shin Jyutsu, again with Anita Willoughby, beginning Friday the 13th. 9 months of creation, the basic rhythmic pulse of life. Yeah, special topic class. All times are in New York. Well, in New York time. Your organizers are Justin and Deanna. You can contact them here, register today there. Mr. Class, click on one of these links and you can find out about what's already been and what you might still be interested in. Lovely. So next week, special guest will in fact be, unless she decides not to be, Anita Willoughby, and she's coming along to treat us all to her specific way of presenting Jin Shin Jyutsu in any way, form or not. And a possibility is existing in the future, I'm just waiting for the green light, that there will be an extra Harmonize to Harmonize. Maybe I should change the name. Harmonize to Energize, and it'll be on a Wednesday, same time, 2 o'clock EST. And I'm going to hopefully have the opportunity to invite people, if they would like, students, wherever you are, to tell your stories of Jin Shin Jyutsu. The ones that you found particularly memorable, the ones that helped people perhaps, or animals. And I'll invite you to come along, or I'll read some selections from the main central and maybe some stories from Mary, some quotes from Mary, what Mary says. So that's in the offing. We're waiting to see if that's going to be. I just need to check in with the faculty. When I've done that, I will let you know for sure. But until next time with Anita, stay safe. Keep your fingers moving. Hands on shoulders, hands on groin. Do whatever it takes to release the stress. But more than anything else, let it go. Exhale. It doesn't help you to hold on to stuff that you no longer need. All right, people, be well. Au revoir. Auf Wiedersehen. Cheerio. Ta-ta. And